happening, everybody? It's your boy Joe right here at 3240 Jonathan's Place. And today's topic is building a small channel. And we would love to take you guys on a journey of what it's taken to get us to the point of where we are right now. So if you're a small channel and you want to grow and you're in the midst of getting things fired up and ready, this is definitely for you. First and foremost, we want to give a shout out to my higher power, God. That may not be for you. It is for me and for my family. And without him, we couldn't do any of this. And we also like to give a huge shout out to Fiverr and Kaya, K-A-I-Y-A promotion. For being a really serious, intricate part of helping promote 3240 Jonathan's Place, and working with us and getting us going forward to where we are right now. Seek her out. Fiverr is a great organization to seek out some help and help your channel. So I highly advise that. But if you go there, see Kaya, K-A-I-Y-A. Promotions. She's awesome. She does awesome work, and she does every single thing that she says she's going to do, and I'm very proud of her work. Big ups to you, Kaya. We love you. Get your pen, paper, pencil, whatever you got out, because you're going to need it for today's subjects and stuff. So we got a lot to spill on you. We're a small channel. We're proud to be small because you got to start somewhere, right? That's right. You got to start somewhere and not be afraid or intimidated by it. The creative mind at work. Put it out there so the world can see that's what's happening. That's what's up. And one more big, huge shout out. We want to thank these guys. YouTube, we thank you. 3240 Jonathan's Place. Thank you for giving us a shot, making us a partner with you. We really appreciate that. When I opened up the laptop and I was actually looking at the analytics and stuff like that, and I seen, congratulations, you've been accepted into a YouTube partnership, I was just stuck. I was just sitting there just looking at it, and my wife was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And I couldn't even get it out because I wanted to read it off to make sure that we had actually been accepted. And she came over and she actually read it. She was like, yay! And it happened within, I think it was like a 72 hour or so after I actually applied, which was a quick turnaround time. They must have went through and reviewed, and they thought it was great. So that was so cool. So we thank you, YouTube. We really thank you for giving 3240 Jonathan's Place a shot. Now we're off and rolling, and we're gonna do the best that we can. We're gonna make this thing happen. Okay, let's dig into it. Okay, so now you got yourself your first YouTube channel. Ready to make some content. Let's get going. Not so fast. Hopefully you have put some thought into what you hope to achieve by having your channel, whether you want to sell product, whether you just want to have fun with it, just for the sake of being able to say that you have a YouTube channel with your friends and family and stuff like that. But if you do want to take it serious and you do want it to be a business that grows and you hope to be in partnership and become monetized with YouTube someday, then you want to take it a little bit more serious, or a bit more serious, so you don't get too far off track. You want to have a direction in which way you want to go. A lot of times people call that the niche. However, I also happen to think that it's okay also not to know. You got a creative mind. Let's just say, for example, you want to be in entertainment like we are. You may have a vast amount of things you want to do in entertainment. You may want to do gaming, horror movies, unboxing, a variety of different videos that you like to put out there. Go ahead and do that. There's a thing called YouTube Studio. It's YouTube, but it's YouTube Studio that's set aside, and that's where all your data, all your, you can go in there and see all your data. You can go in there and see, how all your content's doing, likes, watch time hours, all of that stuff. Now you can go in and you can see, oh, this video seems to do a lot better than all the other videos that I do, and it's doing it better consistently. So maybe I lean more toward that. And the reason why I say lean more toward that now and maybe weed out some of the other videos now is because the algorithm likes to be able to build a profile on you. It takes that audience rather, and it brings it to your content. You put the content out there and the algorithm searches and it brings that audience toward that content. But if it's all over the place, it's gonna try to build it over here. It's gonna place, over here and over there and over there, because these are all different types of content. So as you figure out what works best, then you start to narrow it down, and then you kind of go that direction. That is the way that I look at it from the research that I've done, and so far that's working for us. I still got some weeding out to do. We do. Sorry, my wife and kids is asleep, so I said mistake. Us, we do unboxing, we do challenges, we do pranks, we do some fun stuff. However, as it grows, I really feel that I'm gonna be somewhat forced to, for a while, to dial back on some of those other ventures and hone in on just maybe a couple of few things that we do well, that's looking good on the analytics, and lean toward those in order to build a really nice profile. Once we get that profile really nice and built up, then we can maybe afford to branch out a little bit more, if that makes sense. The niche, that is important, knowing the direction in which way you want to go. But there's nothing wrong in testing the waters out first. Another thing I like to tab on is that YouTube is huge. I like to be authentic. Sure, I would love to be able to create some content that no one has ever thought of, that no one has ever done. It's groundbreaking and it just soars to the skies, and that's great. But there's a lot of people that are out there, and they're sitting there just like we are, thinking all the time of what to do. So, chances are, you come up with a concept, and it may be same or similar as someone else. The thing about that is that's not a bad thing. Let me give you an example. I seen a video one time of someone who says, well, I want to do this, but I don't want to do that because everybody else is doing that, and basically the way it unfolded is that, you're basically putting up a wall because you don't want to do that because someone else is doing it. When simply all you have to do is do it better or do it different, because if you can't beat them, sometimes you have to join them, and get in where you fit in, and get yours too, and so that's another way of looking at that. If you got that big of a creative mind, that you got some mind-blowing, undeniable content that that for sure you feel that's going to work, again, by all means, go and try that. I got, for example, I did a prank. It was a worm prank, and even when I was buying the worms at the store, the guy says, "Oh yeah, I've seen that prank before." That didn't discourage me, because I hadn't seen the worm prank before, but he had. But I said to myself, okay, I wonder though, is somebody gonna actually eat the worm? Well, do you know what it took for me to actually put a live worm in my mouth? I lost the challenge to Jonathan, and I didn't eat it and swallow it, but it went into my mouth. Ugh! I'll be brushing my teeth forever for that. but I wanted to go that extra mile because I felt like, well, I'm gonna put it a little bit over the top. Sure, somebody else may have done a worm prank before, but they're gonna have to, if you're gonna bring it, you're gonna have to bring it to beat me, because I am gonna actually put that thing in my mouth. I maybe did the same thing as someone else. I just did it different. I went as much the whole way with it as I could, basically, so that I could win the audience over and get their attention. So joining in on something else that someone has done before, that for sure is working out there, that you see and you watch on YouTube every day, and that's working. Sometimes you may want to get in where you fit in, and then other times you may say, okay, well, no, I got this undeniable type deal that I want to do, that I know for sure that's going to work, and you can test that too, and whammo, it may work for you. And the reason why I brought that up, same or similar, original content, the algorithm. Again, that's one last example on that. If you have, let's just say Minecraft or Among Us, one of those top games out there that everybody likes, then you say, no, I don't want to do that because everybody's doing that. And then I've got, my own game that I had made or whatever, and maybe it's just the greatest game. And you upload that game, it's no one's ever seen it before. Therefore, if no one's ever seen it before, and you got to understand, a lot of people are followers, so they follow, they don't lead a lot of times, so they want to do the end thing, so to speak. Everybody's doing that, so that's what I want to do, so therefore, now no one searches for that. You got a great game, you got great content, but no one searches for it. Therefore, it's a very good possibility that video could be dead in the water, or it could be groundbreaking. Also, oh, did you see that? That is awesome, and it blows up to the moon. So that's why creators. That's why it's called creating. So, don't be afraid to test the waters. Create how you want to create. Just be aware of that algorithm, because it needs to be able to draw an audience to your content, and you have to be mindful when you're creating of what you're putting out there, because you want to, if you're trying to be business headed and trying to get your channel to grow, you want to build that profile. So enough on that one. Okay, now that we got some of that stuff out of the way, let's talk about gear. Gonna need some gear to record, put some content down, let's get it going. This is what I started with, iPhone, and this is still what I use, my iPhones to record. They're great. I set them at 4K, 60 frames per second. It does an awesome job. I also have a few other tools that we've accumulated, the last couple of years of doing this. I have a DJI gimbal, DJI drone, Mac Pro M1. I use a software of LumaFusion that I've had for a while, ring light, and I plan to get a whole bunch of other stuff that's needed as time goes on. But you don't need to break the bank, to get some good quality content out there. And it's mostly about the content. I don't think anyone, I won't say anyone, but I think that most people, when they watch, I don't think they're gonna go, that's not in 4K, I'm not watching that, end it. I don't think that happens. Like, once that content, that good content, draws the audience in, they're glued to it, and if it's watchable and they can hear, the volume is, pretty much correct, they're good with it. However, me, I like to put a little wow factor on it, so I try to record the best I can. I try to be mindful of my gear. I'm looking to, to get, better stuff as time go on. But right now, I got a pretty good start. And those are some of the tools you're gonna need, a good camera, a good mic, some decent lighting, stuff of that nature, and you can get the job done. Okay, let's move on. Ready for this one? Commitment. Okay, now you're saying, okay, maybe I want to be monetized. You're going to need 4,000 watch time hours. You're going to need 1,000 subscribers, and that is not undoable. You can do it. You put the work in. I am guessing I probably put in, I want to say almost as much as my full-time job, probably good 30, maybe 40 hours a week. I haven't really, added it up. All I do know is that I put a lot of time in, but I usually write the scripts, I record the stuff, I bring it, get it all, download it and whatnot. I do the editing, the whole thing, then the whole business side of it, looking at the analytics and watching the numbers and all of that stuff. I do all of that stuff. Again, that's just me. And I'm looking also as time goes on to offload some of that, outsource a little bit, offload some of that load so I can focus a little bit more on certain things that I think that I do best. But the commitment part of it, to be consistent. Never promise your audience something that you cannot deliver. If you tell them, hey, I'm going to upload this video about this on that day, try to do your best to do that, because they get used to depending on that. Hey, you know what? If he says or she says they're going to upload a video, I'm waiting on it. That's great stuff. I want to see it. I'm going to go to watch it that date. And when they go there that date or that time and they don't see it, disappointment. They may unsubscribe, or they may go and start watching something else, and you don't want that. So commitment, stay true to it. And again, that's where you want to, I want to say make a break, or kind of where the scale kind of tips a little bit, is because before it was just fun. You can do whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want. But once you become monetized and you're making a commitment out of this thing, now it's more or less a job. Now your back's a little bit more against the wall to make sure that you keep the ball rolling, so to speak. And I love it. And first of all, I want to say this: I love this stuff. I love what I do with it, and so the time is not an issue. The commitment is not an issue, and I do this for my audience, for our audience. This is my little boy's, it's my channel, but it's geared around him. He's not old enough to have his own channel, but he is remarkable. Jonathan, 3240 Jonathan's Place. And again, if you guys are digging on what we're doing, like, subscribe. We appreciate that. Share, drop comments of anything that you guys want to see. Another thing I want to tab on is connectivity, to engage your audience. Once you become monetized, there's some avenues that would open up. One of them is you'll be able to do go live. You can go live, you can do giveaways, you can sell product. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do that would help you gain revenue on your channel once you get up and going. So really, really, really cool stuff. The sky's the limit. Okay, moving on. And some more about being monetized. There's some pretty strict guidelines YouTube doesn't play around with. When you upload a video and you're monetized, there'll be a page that come up during that uploading process that will ask you a variety of questions about negative stuff. Is there like any sexual content or tobacco, firearm, anything that's of harmful nature? Then at the bottom it says, none of the above, and you check none of the above. And what it's checking to make sure of is that it's ad suitable, that they can apply the ads to that video and monetize that video. And if it's not, then that video will not be monetized. It's as simple as that. So you want to be mindful of that. Also, I truly believe that our channel got monetized as quick as it did because YouTube didn't have to decipher through anything that was negative or questionable. So in the process, and copyright claims, copyright strikes, any of that stuff, you can, I would say, almost forget about it, so you want to make sure you're free of, anything that's negative on your channel, and then you have a pretty good chance of becoming monetized with the requirements met, with the watch time hours and the subscribers and stuff like that. Another serious big thing is your thumbnails. Your description, your tags. You want your description to match your tags and to match the title. You want to have all of that stuff kind of in sync, to where in the title, you put something in that title that's really in the video. The wordings that tie it all together, so when it's searched for, that stuff comes up. Then when your thumbnail goes across, when they, someone's looking for a video, to check out, that yours stand out like a sore thumb. Wow, really? I'm clicking on that. That's what you want in order to draw the audience in. And I want to say this to you guys and girls: stay in it, stay committed, stay consistent. That does not necessarily mean just uploading the videos and putting up good content and stuff like that. Are you gonna have your moments? Are you gonna sometimes have your doubts? Got to remember, we're a small channel. Us and you, we're a small channel, and to remember that everybody that's out there that's on YouTube had a starting point. And if it was that easy all the time, everybody would just be this humongous, superstars everybody would be. But you got to have a starting point, and you got to press through. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes my son doesn't feel like doing it, or my wife doesn't feel like doing it. But we have a commitment to honor what we said we were gonna do, and we press through. If you watch a Hollywood actor, a lot of times that's just what it is. They're acting, and I really truly believe that when they're on the set, sometimes that maybe it's not the best day for them to be on the set, but they're doing it because they want to bring you the best, because they have an obligation to, and that's what they said they would do, and it's probably in their contract to get it done. So, stay in it, press through. If you don't know what a bad day is, how do you know what a good day is? And you'll be able to look back and say, you know what, I remember the time when I just didn't feel like it, and I got up and I did it anyways. We made it happen. And you can look back at those times and you'll be really, really super proud that you pressed through. I just wanted to say that. It's important for you to be able to look at it that way, to be strong in it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up, but not before we give thanks and credit to where it's due. God, we thank you and we appreciate you, and we thank you for our blessings, and we are grateful to you. And my beautiful wife, Dorcas Mitchell, my hardworking young man, son, Jonathan Mitchell, and of course myself, your boy Joe. I put in mad work. My entire family. Kaya Promotions, you are awesome. Fiverr, you're awesome. YouTube, thank you for trusting in us. We're not going to let you down. YouTube, we appreciate you. We do. And did you think I forgot? Did you think I forgot? I didn't forget you, the audience, our fans. We appreciate you. we thank you because we do this for you. We do it for fun. We do it with love. We do it for you. And we appreciate you. We do. Until next time, we really thank you for tuning in to 3240 Jonathan's Place. There's a lot more to come. Keep on the lookout for us. We thank you. From your boy Joe here at 3240 Jonathan's Place. If you're digging on what we're doing, hit like, hit subscribe. As Jonathan would say, smash that bell all the way to the moon. Peace.